All right, so my name is Kevin Ramirez. I'm a local artist, born and raised in Hartford, Connecticut, South End specifically, North End a little bit. Yeah, that's about it. You need to have courage to be disliked, is what I realized. Like when you do shit for yourself, especially when you're homeless and there's like nothing for you to sort of like rely on for like peer review, you kind of just fall into things because you like them. It's finding self-pleasure. That sounds weird out loud, but like in a very intrinsic way where it has nothing to do with money, nothing to do with people or institutions. And it builds a kind of shamelessness in a way. Because everyone's trying to play that facade of like, oh, I gotta be liked, whether through art or through how my social etymology or through this or fucking this or that. Like, it was really easy to be dipped in shamelessness when you're homeless. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh wow, there's nothing I have to like pretend to be because it's all a facade. You can just do whatever you want. It applies to like all facets of life in terms of like how you express yourself, but I found myself expressing myself with like art immediately, not as like a tool to invite people in, but more as a tool of dealing with reality, if that makes sense. It's like, especially growing up, like I always liked graffiti, and graffiti was nice, but I was like, all right, how is this related to like the whole like homelessness shit? Because I always noticed that socially there was like a negative stigma on graffiti. Does that make sense? It's like, it's always looked down upon. I'm like, the only people who have money to like go actually get like shit, like quality paints to go like scale a building and shit like that for fun are the people that come from like working class backgrounds, but the people that come from that background always idolize the graffiti that was made from people that weren't from that backgrounds. They were like poor, they were just trying to tag their shit, the sense of comfort. It's a hobo code, especially when you're traveling. It's like you'll meet people by name and then you'll meet them by like their street name, and then any graffiti or tag that you see that they leave, it's kind of just like it's like when dogs pee. It's like, oh, my homie's been here. Like this is clearly a safe place for dogs, like homeless dogs or fucking street dogs or art dogs, or whatever analogy you want to make. That's what like led me into interacting with the public as a whole. Does that make sense? Because I was like, cool, I already have no shame from coming from whatever kind of background I come from, and then how do I relate that into like being a person in real time as I grow up? Because especially doing art for yourself is different from like people, especially in these newer generations where we're doing art and media to invite people in to look at us and give us eyeballs.
Right.
So it's different when you just create it for yourself and then you can get eyeballs. And it's different when your intent to create it is just to get eyeballs, because it's not self-fulfilling at all. As I'm learning from the people around me, I'm just like, wow, that sucks. Like a lot of the great taggers around here, it's like there are a lot of people that have like private tagging lives that we don't really talk about publicly, but their public works. They're muralists or this or that, and they're just like, yeah, I got into it because I wanted to chase art. Then I realized I monetized the wrong thing because I love art and I don't like interacting with people, but here I am trying to deal with people so they can pay me for my art. So it's like coming to terms with that in terms of like, I like art, I can monetize it, probably will at some point, just don't feel like it. So like that's my one takeaway from the community. It's like I get to get lost in the information of like feedback, but thankfully like since I'm confident in myself and have the courage to like be disliked because of whatever reason, it's like it gives you the, how do I put it? It gives you the power to kind of just like power through things. It's like you can get lost comfortably. This relates back to like the whole fucking homeless thing. It's like once you get that perspective, how we're playing a facade, you get to see how people want to play their facades going onwards. And it's like, while I do appreciate the community and I'm from here, I'm like really hypercritical about certain things because like somebody has to be. I don't know, it gives you a different perspective in a way, especially when you're that young, when you can like understand that we're playing under like a certain like rule set. Being homeless kind of just gives you an appreciation for like the facade that we're playing in, but like not in a bad way. It's more of like we need the kind of facade. It's like a social network, like a social assurance, really. Because it feels like you get to see what all of the roles actually do. When you're in the game, it kind of just feels like, everyone's being mean to me. But then when you get to experience the same settings, like as a homeless person, you're like, oh wow, I understand why you're all in a rush, because you can lose it all any moment. My best takeaway is that you are replaceable. which means a lot of different things, a lot of negative connotations initially in the human brain. But if you take a chance and breathe, you can see that it's like, it has a lot of positive connotations. Like, it's another encouraging factor. Like, yeah, you have all these great ideas, but they're in here. Go fucking splurge it out on something, whether it's on a person, not in a violent way, or a sexual way, you know what I mean. Or like on a wall, whatever your creative medium is. Go create something. Not play video games. Video games is like a machine that's like already made. Does that make sense? Like, go create something. Not like, I watched this gameplay and I'm gonna like record it for YouTube. It's like, no, that's not shit. Like, go get lost. Like, that's about it.
I worked with Kevin when I was 16 at the movie theater, and I have to say, he's left a lasting impression. I thought about him approximately once a month. Since I met him again, I was like, damn, this dude's as awesome as I remember. Like, seriously. He's pretty dope, seriously. Like, you'll love him.
What you see is what you get, and that's why we love him. He's like one of the realest people I've ever met, and I've known him for like a year, and I feel like I've known him forever. He's everything.
You'll have Kevin is my drug boogeyman. Kevin knows all my deepest secrets that people don't know. Kevin's like my diary, low-key. Even though me and Kevin don't see each other a lot, I don't know, like every time I see him,
it's nice. It's like a therapy visit.
Shit don't change.
Yeah, the consistency is key. It's nice.
Kevin's real to me. Tell me some real shit. Tell me when I'm fucked up, tripping on drugs. He's scary to be around when you're on drugs. But yeah, damn, Kevin's an asshole. He's honest. Yeah. You know, but under that exterior, he's a soft teddy bear.
Hell yeah.